What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be playing Rogues and Explorer format for Magic the Gathering Arena. This deck was the first deck that I lost to so much when I got into Arena back in the day. It used to even be standard, and I eventually built it, and it was my first competitive deck on Arena. Years later, I'm revisiting it to just have my own take on it, and here we go. 4 copies of Merfolk Windrobber. This guy is debatably the worst one out of the 3 of these guys, but pretty much all these guys you want to just mill the opponent's deck to a certain number. Specifically, it is 8. If you could get 8 cards in the opponent's graveyard, these guys will have a buff that they can get and just help you out more. When he attacks, they mill, and anytime at instant speed, you could sacrifice him to draw it if you have 8 cards in your opponent's graveyard. Well, if they have it. But this is the best one. You play him or any rogue, mill 2, and he gets a buff if you have 8. He helps you mill. He gives everyone a buff. He has flash, so can't go wrong with that. So pretty much it's this triangle of these 3 guys that's going to be your main game. And then you have this nice guy over here. He's your average Flying Death Touch, Lifelink, 1-man army. If you could get him out, he could win you the game, he could keep you alive. He is just that out of nowhere wise this year kind of card, but there it is. For negates, we got Drown the Loch, best card on the deck. Lofty Denial. It's really good because you have 2 flyers you can take advantage of to get that extra use out of it. Besides that, got some removal. You can look in the hand with Thoughtseize. I love Extinction Event, so gotta play 2. This is your draw power. Very relevant, easy to use, would be a 4 mana card. As soon as these guys get to the 8 in the grave, you can only, you have to get to 7 with this, so just synergize as well. Land base, that hall, Otawara, 2 castles, a hive, single swamp, 4 pathways for Darkslick Shores, for the marshes, for Watery Graves, and 2 Mirrex. The 1 swamp is in here just for if they feel to ruin you. You could possibly argue that there should be more, like an extra land or 2 in here, but I am just doing it this way and hoping for the best. So it could, haunt me later, but let's see how the games go. I just gotta find this deck. Where is it? Just the moment where I lose my mind by having too many deck slots. Whoops. Technical difficulty here, looking for the deck. If anyone sees it, point out, tell me. That I can't. Don't worry, everyone. I will find the deck that we are playing today. It's not a fluke. Oh, and there we go. After all that time wasted, we have a deck. Alright, game 1. Opponent goes first. This is a very keepable hand. Going first is always the best, but this hand is nice. It'll get the job done. Hopefully. Alright, so going for the turn 1 Merfolk Windrobber. Okay. Okay, we're going to do Hall. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting because I could go Soaring and make a mill a little bit, but I'd rather have the negate open, so I'm just going to attack for 1. Get a card in his graveyard with this effect, and see where it goes. He's playing the Hardy Djinn deck. This guy's a menace if he gets it out. Good thing about this deck is it is very reactive. I mean, sure you could counter it right now, but let's see. It's time to see what he has in his hand. He's going to negate it. Possibly. I'm just going to opt. He's just building his graveyard, probably to bring out Hardy Djinn or Tolarian Terror, whatever the heck it's called. Not sure. It's a lot of good cards. Okay, so this is where we Lofty Denial. And it's our turn. So we're gonna make sure this goes in. Everyone has their buff. I'm gonna keep everything reactive. I'm just gonna keep poking at this point. Gets it to resolve. Little does he know that I have the Thieves Guild Enforcers that are gonna ambush him. Yeah, we have Death Touch, so I gotta block and take out his guy. Which you could argue I could have just not kept him up. I mean, just attacked him for game right now, which probably should have, but oops. So he's still making fun of me for that one. But worst comes to worst, even if he does flash in Hullbreaker, he can't block 3 guys, and that's it. It's over. Let's go bring out a Might. Job done. It's game over. One game done with. Yeah, this is keeper. If you ever open up with 4 of these at once, it's probably the greatest thing you could imagine, even though you might think it's silly. It's like the most aggro you could get with this deck. Out the slick shot. Monster's Rage. It's fine. I'm gonna have to take this giant hit right now. There's nothing I can do about it. Not bad. Not doing business. Yeah, we actually are. See what he has. Okay. Let's try to get rid of the slick shot now. Yep, I knew that was coming. Kill one of these. Gonna take 8, which isn't good, but let's see. Just taps. The only trick up my sleeve now is I'm gonna flash in both these guys, if anything, and hope for the best. So that's all I can do at this point. And he taps out. Puts me to 1. Let's see how this goes. I think I still stay alive. trade the whole field. Yeah, this is where it could get rough. If those Kamanos weren't here, it'd be a lot easier, but fortunately. I could draw away. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, that's it for me on this one. Lost to aggro. Okay, we're gonna wrap up this video with one more duel. Going first will definitely be good, hopefully. Let's see if we could get it. Kinda wish you just rolled a digital dice before the game instead of just, oh, you go first. I think that'd be interesting. Either way. This is a decent start. And I can't thought though, is this the one that gives them? Okay, so I can still Thoughtseize. Thought it was the other one. I already know. You gotta get rid of it. Yeah, you have to. Can't let that come out. Let's see that. It's got an instant speed now, use his card, but it's okay. It's the only chance he's gonna get before I can counter him, so. Sometimes I wish I had a Spell Pierce in here. That would be interesting, just to have one copy of it. But the deck space in this deck is very tight. It's always so hard to take out cards. The only thing that is like a wild card really is the 3-drop. It's the one of that I showed in the beginning with the deck list, with the flying lifelink. But it's one of those random cards that's so good to keep in, so it's just there. So I'm keeping it the way it is for now. Denial. And the trio has been assembled. So the dream with this deck is you get the trio and then you have a counter in hand. It's probably the best thing you could do. It could get repetitive, but this is what the deck does best. It's an aggro where you control. I guess you could say it's mid-range, but I don't know. Gets its job done. Alright, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more, and have a good day or night.